right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cincinnati. We're starting to get to the serious stuff. We've got quarterfinal day, number one, because there's two of them. It goes over 2 days, and we're starting with one of the craziest matches. I mean, all the ladies' matches are crazy, except for one. One's a little more random, but Pegula and Anisimova. Anisimova just beat Noskova yesterday in a very easy, very impressive fashion. Pegula's been very solid all year. And then later we've got Swiatek taking on Raducanu in a rematch. Winner plays the winner of this match. And then also the men's matches today, which are a little bit less, bit more unusual because there's less. I mean, you've got some names, but they're also not the names that we are used to seeing at the top of the game. Feast versus Taranti, and Paul is taking on Caboli. And that's coming up. Paul Caboli's coming up after this, so we'll go from there. And then tomorrow's all the rest of the matches. But how are we doing, chat? What's going on? Are we ready? Are we feeling better? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. At least I can talk, so that's a start. It's just this is cough. It's not going away. They should start ASAP before it rains. It looks pretty sunny to me for now. It's going to rain. I'm expecting it to rain at some stage. It says there's chance of rain throughout the afternoon. But I mean, it's bright sunshine right now, so that's a start. Anisimova had a look confident yesterday. Oh, but she looked crazy yesterday. She was crazy yesterday. She was insane. And even with the rain delay, she still demolished Noskova. Did I have chicken soup? Not today. Not yet. Soon. Not yet, though. I will later. Pegula comes back in 3, you reckon? Okay. Yeah, I might have soup after this or after the next one. Yeah, Anisimova looks super calm. I think it's because she went through so much stress against Eala, right? Playing Eala is stressful. So I think after that, that's when she like yesterday was way more. I mean, she was also on a smaller court, so it was like way less pressure, way less people watching. It's just, I think she just had a much better. And also, I think she might have been like a slight, either even money or a slight underdog against Noskova. So she probably felt less pressure too, right? Because she wasn't necessarily favorite. All right, here we go. Players walking out. Pegula's won every match these two have played, 5-0. But they have had some 3-setters, and just over, she did win the first set of their last match. So let's see if Anisimova can finally beat Pegula. Let's see. Rise and Shine Cam is here. We appreciate it. How do you feel? I'm all right. Jess versus Pegula, good match. Wait. What do you mean? It's Anisimova. All right. Here we go. The sun's out for now. It could rain later. Just prepare yourselves. What's my prediction for Musetti Tiafoe? Big Foe is playing pretty damn well, so maybe Foe. All right, here we go. Players are about to arrive. I'm just playing the intro for the thing. Pegula in 3, you reckon? Well, I've gone Anisimova. I reckon Anisimova's due for a win. And she was the way she played yesterday, and even the way she played against Eala after the first set. She's looking confident. And she has nothing to lose today because Pegula's the favorite. She's never beaten Pegula, so no one's expecting, Anisimova to beat Pegula. So she's got nothing to lose here. She can just come out here and just hit hard. Pegula did have a bit of a shaky match yesterday. So, that Pegula's not a guarantee either. So yeah. Pardon me. Do you think Balick has a chance against Keys? I do, yeah. I think she does. If she can beat Sabalenka, she could play similar against Keys and go from there. All right. All right, we go. They're about to warm up. You sound congested. I am. But it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. By the way, I just saw that Alcaraz confirmed that he's playing the US Open. I'll believe it when I see it. I don't care if you put a post on social media. So here we go. Okay. All right. I'll see you there. I guess that confirms that he hasn't withdrawn. So that's a good thing. It's on his Instagram. Okay, cool. That's great. I'll wait until I see it. It's fine. We got a long way to go. Still like 10 days till the start. We'll wait and see. But that's good. He hasn't withdrawn. That's what that tells me. I'm not getting too excited. All right. What a lineup. What a lineup we've got on the women's side. It's weird how Anisimova won the match against Eala, yet they both played Svitolina and Eala dominated. Yeah, just a matchup issue, I think. All right, here we go. Let's see how these two match up. Let's see how Anisimova does. She's been solid this week. She obviously played so well yesterday. Who will win? Who breaks first? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who will break first. But I'm going Anisimova. I'm picking Anisimova to get her first win. Oh, man. All right. Has Anisimova returned? If she wins today, you got to say that she's back and things are going to be really interesting at the US Open. The head-to-head is 5-0 to Pegula. 5-0 Pegula is the head-to-head. Anisimova wins the first and half of the second, and Pegula comes back to win, okay? Praying we're back in a beach Swiatek later. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to watch that tonight. Nisimova's head seems to be in a good place this week. Yeah, she's playing well this week. The Noskova win was like, oh, yeah, okay. Now, like that was like a reminder. Like that was such a big... The way she won was just like, oh, yeah, okay. That we remember now. That's why you made 2 Grand Slam finals back to back. Like that was a flex. It's really hard to bet on the ATP at the moment. There's a lot of upsets. Yeah. All right. Last time I played was Dubai semifinals earlier this year. And Pegula came back to win. All right, here we go. Get ready for the big show, chat. We're here for a big day. A big, big day. Don't forget to like the video as you come in the door. We just got to 100 likes. Let's go. Top 10 clashes all round. It's crazy. Crazy. I'm interested to see what type of beer Anisimova drinks today. Please don't do that. Come on now. Come on now. At least Hodar's not here to talk about shoes. All right. By the way, Medvedev's playing next week in Winston-Salem, which is fun. I hope he plays Cruz. That'd be fun. Might have to watch that. I think if Raducanu plays at least a semi, she's number 1. No, so we did this yesterday. And I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure if she makes the final, she's number 1 next week. She'll be number 1 next week. She has to make the final. And if she makes the final, she's number 1 by 1 point. I think that's what we worked out yesterday. But she has to win today to even get into that conversation. Carlos is playing the Open. All right. Chad, I've been burned too many times in my tennis watching life to believe anything until I see it. I want to see Alcaraz in New York first, and then I want to see him on a tennis court practicing in Flushing Meadows, and then I want to see him in the first round. Then I might believe it. All right, that forehand goes wide. And there's love 15. I'm going to go. I went Anisimova in 3. Anisimova in 3. Who you got, chat? Let me know. Serve. Into the forehand of Pegula. Return goes back into Anisimova. Pegula. Slice. Anisimova goes up the line for a winner. What a shot. 15-0. Carlos is back. No. He's announced his comeback. He's not back. He hasn't done anything. I don't even think he's in America yet. Come on now. Chat, I'm doing this for your own good, right? Trust me. Trust me, right? I'm doing this for your own good. He's announced that he's coming back. He's, as far as I'm concerned, he's not withdrawing. That's a good thing. He wants to play. That's what I got from that. All right? Everybody relax. Just trust me. Because people are going to get crazy and be like, he's going to win the whole thing now. And he's going to win everything. He might come back and lose. Like, just also remember that. I miss him so much too, but like, shit. I don't want to get my hopes up. Anyway, 40-15. It's good that he's committing to the tournament. That's good. But like, he's not there in the tournament. He's not there yet. He hasn't touched down in New York yet. There's a backhand slice into the forehand of Anisimova. Backhand from Pegula. To the backhand of Anisimova is Pegula. Again to the backhand of Anisimova is Pegula backhand again. To the forehand of Anisimova. Into the forehand of Pegula. Pegula in the net. Anisimova 1-0. 1-0. Cautiously optimistic. Exactly. Exactly. But it's good that he's what do you call it? He's not like he hasn't withdrawn, so that's good. Like he's not he's committing to playing. They've also created like a whole outfit around him. So like part of me is thinking, is he just saying that because he wants to show off that outfit in the post? I don't know. Like, is it like a promotional thing too? Like he's like, we are back, and then he's like wearing that shirt, and everyone's like, oh, that's cool. I want to buy that. I'm very skeptical about this because I want him to come back, but I'm also very scared that he's not ready. You know, he's coming back to a Grand Slam without any practice. I'm a bit worried. As with a 4-4 rally, that goes in the net from Anisimova, 15-0. Why did Fabrizio Romano say it though? I don't know who that is. What are you talking about? What do you mean? I don't know who that is. Is that someone famous? All right, 15-0. 15-30. Romano is more well known for announcing transfers. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that is. How does a journalist have 50 million followers on Instagram? A journalist? Was he like a famous person before that? A 50 million... How do you have 50 million followers as a journalist? That's crazy. How is that possible? Was he like a massive like football star before or something? Did he do something else? All right, 40-30. As with a 4-4 rally. Slice from Pegula in the net. We get to deuce. We get to deuce. You don't know who he is? No, I don't. Why would I know who he is? I'm from Australia. All right, deuce. Why would I know that? Why would I know who a football transfer journalist is? Oh, he's the most famous journalist in football journalist. Okay, well, I don't pay attention. Back in rally. Is it a 4 now from... And this moment goes wide. Advantage Pegula. How don't you know him? Because I'm not from Europe. I'm Australian. Why would I know this? We live in a bubble. I don't know what's going on. Don't shame me for not knowing. Advantage Pegula. 1 in the chat if you knew who he was. 2 in the chat if you didn't. I want to know. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Anyway, it's 1-0. 1 in the chat if you knew who that was. 2 in the chat if you didn't. Because I'm sure there's a lot of 2s. All right. So it's, yeah. All right. All right. Good. So it's not just me. All right. So it's 50-50. All right. Good. All right. First serve, default, second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Anisimova, forehand of Pegula to the net. And it's 15-0. Buddy says he ain't favoring nothing and you only post women's tennis on your channel. And mostly Eala, at least be honest. It's too early for these shenanigans, brother. 15 love. As with a backhand rally. Up the line is long. 15 all. If you don't like it, then I don't know. Just get over it. 15 all. Also, I think your algorithm's taking you down a path because I put out plenty of videos of other things too. So you're just not getting those videos because you keep interacting with Eala. As that goes out by Anisimova, 15-30. Bro's blaming me for his algorithm. What the hell? All right. 15-30. Anisimova in trouble. As we default second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Pegula. Return goes to the backhand of Anisimova. Off the tape. Into the forehand of Pegula. Pegula hits a winner. By the way, the sun comes out. I forgot how glary these courts are. They're so hard to see the ball. It's so hard to see the ball at this time of the day. It's just the courts are so shiny. Brutal. Is anyone else having that problem, or am I just maybe I'm losing it? Chad, if I go blind, I can't really run this channel anymore, so that's gonna be hard. We have to figure out another way. How am I gonna do streams if I can't see? 15-40. It's all right. We'll figure that out later. Good serve. 30-40. 30-40. Oh, it's just not just me? Okay, good. Great serve. Return goes in. Anisimova puts it away. All right. Deuce. Anisimova. Taking back the break points. Great serving. We get the deuce. There's a default second serve. There's a return from Pegula. Goes back and Anisimova. Anisimova in the net. Oh, Anisimova nearly tripped. Oh, that was sketchy. She almost rolled her ankle. Luckily she caught it, but she almost rolled her ankle there. That was super sketchy. Oh, that was lucky. Her foot kind of got stuck, and that could have been really dangerous. Advantage Pegula. First serve's a 4-second serve. Second serve. Ooh, double fault. There's the break. There's the break. All right, Pegula, 2-1. All right. These courts look like the Miami Open, not in a good way. Savage. I reckon it looks like the Australian Open. Like, I think it just looks... I don't know, chat. Maybe I'm just like... I don't know. Maybe I have like an issue, but I don't know. I wish Miami was like the same colors as Indian Wells courts, and I wish that Cincinnati was the same as the US Open and Canada, because for me, I feel like it just feels like there's just like that like continuity, right, between every tournament and the like, you know, go, oh, we're in the US Open swing. But then when you see this tournament, you're like, where the hell are we? Like, if you watch this like in a year, you'd be like, you know, 5 years, you'd be like, was that part of the US Open? What tournament is that? Whereas at least if it's the same colors, it might not mean, like, people might not think that's a big deal. But like, if you see this tournament, it's the same as US Open colors, you'll be, oh, that's part of the US Open, right? Same with the Sunshine Double. Like, it's Indian Wells got its own colors, right? It's purple and green. But Miami, if they were the same color, you'd be, oh, that's a Sunshine Double. That's in March. Like, you can, like, you know, like, you don't even have to look to be like, oh, yeah, that's whatever. I feel like that's changing the colors like this is just like, why? I know Miami had to do it probably because of branding for the Miami Dolphins or whatever, but I don't know why Cincinnati did it. They're just like, yeah, we're not going to do that. They're the only tournament in this like whole series that don't do it. I mean, Washington, US Open, Canada, both Toronto and Montreal, they've all got the same color. And then Cincinnati like, yeah, we're going to do blue. Why? Why are you being different? There's not even, like, if it's blue, there's not even any oceans. Why, like, how is it blue? At least Miami, it's like blue, Dolphins. Oh, yeah, ocean, okay. Cincinnati, it's like blue. Why? Because it rains? Like, what are we doing? What's the blue mean? Just go back to the blue and green and make it like the US Open, so then we know what we're doing. Don't try to stand out. Just get in, just do the same as everyone else. It's fine. You're part of a bigger picture, right? And that's what I have to say about that. And the court colors. And that's all. 15-0, good shot from Anisimova. Anisimova with a lovely forehand win up. Serve. There's a return. Nope. It's in the net by Anisimova. 30-15. There's been another fault. Second serve. Swiatek will win over Raducanu later. That's going to be so much fun later. We've got so many good matches. Back end of forehand rallies. That goes out by Anisimova. 40-15. Who needs the first set more? Anisimova. 40-15. Good serve. Then Pegula comes in. Anisimova puts up a lob. Goes wide. 3-1. Ah, 3-1. As Anisimova comes in, serve volley. And it works. All right, love 15 love. Beautiful serve and volley. 15 love. We have fault second serve. As the return goes out by Pegula. 30 love. As Anisimova serves a fault second serve. As the return goes back into Anisimova. Drop shot in the net. For Anisimova. 30-15. I like chat. We're almost at 200 likes. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. We're getting so close to 320. As we just serve again from Anisimova as a fault second serve. Have they ever tried using a different color ball? Not that I know of. Not recently. As that goes out by Pegula. Cam, last night we were talking about Sabalenka 100. Last night Cam was talking about 100 weeks at number 1 for Sabalenka. Yeah, she's got it. Well, Rebecca has to lose. Pardon me. And Sabalenka has to win the US Open again for her to keep the streak. All right, Anisimova holds 3-2. 3-2. I'd be really happy if Jess wins the US Open. Time for her to be the bride. I think she's already married, right? But I know what you mean. All right. Even if Sabalenka defends, Raducanu makes the final. She's number 1. Well, that's it. I mean, but yeah. So all that Sabalenka can do is try and win the US Open. That's if Raducanu loses today. All Sabalenka can do is just try and win the US Open, and then if Raducanu loses, so like she can't stop Raducanu, right? Raducanu, it's not up to her. You know, it's not up to Sabalenka. Kind of just has to do what she can do. She can't really. She might win the US Open and still be number 2 after it, right? Quarters of the women's side are stacked. Yeah, it is crazy. It is insane. All right, 3-2. Pegula with a break. Weird opinion that Pegula could come under the radar and take number 1 if Raducanu doesn't get it. Could that happen though? Is that true? Is that possible? How is that possible though? I mean, she's not far away. Raducanu would have to lose. All right, it could happen. I mean, there is a chance. If Raducanu loses first round of the US Open and today, and Pegula wins, if Pegula wins today, it changes things too. But yeah, Pegula, I think there is a chance. Pegula, if she wins the US Open and Raducanu loses like really early and Sabalenka loses really early, it might be possible. Pegula could. That would be insane. Here we are talking about Raducanu, and then what about? Can you imagine? That'd be kind of crazy. And then all of a sudden, Pegula like just steals it. That'd be insane. That'd be so awesome. I'd kind of love that. All right, 40 love Pegula. That'd be awesome. That'd be so crazy, wouldn't it? Let's say it could happen if Sabalenka and Raducanu lose early in New York. Maybe. Pegula being number 1 after the US, that would be kind of insane. All right, 4-2. Pegula at number 1 doesn't feel right? Why not? I think it feels fine. She wins the US Open. I don't think that's I think it's fine. And that's assuming that she doesn't win this time. I mean, she wins here, she puts herself in even a better position. Like, we're not talking about how it's a three-person race, right? For the number 1. We're talking about the top 2, right? Can Raducanu take it? It's like Pegula could. She's outside chance, but she could. Which would be kind of awesome. I think it might come down if it's Raducanu Pegula semis on Sunday, Saturday. Maybe it comes down to that, and like that, if Pegula wins that, she's in the running. It's a lot of things have to happen though, but it's still a chance though. Maybe that'd be kind of insane. But the chaos of the WTA would it make sense that would be a possibility, right? How crazy is the WTA? You know, that could happen, right? Backhand return into the forehand of Anisimova. Anisimova hits a long. And it's 15-0. As Anisimova serves again. As the return goes in the backhand of Anisimova. Pegula passing shot winner. 15-30. Lovely shot from Pegula. 15-30. Beautiful shot. As Anisimova serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Pegula. Pegula hits out. Good second serve. Right off the line. And it's 30-0. 30-0. Serve again. As the return goes out by Pegula, and it's 40-30. As Anisimova wins the game, Pegula puts in the net. All right, 4-3. Pegula with a break. All right. If Swiatek continues her form, she could take out the US Open if she's playing in dominant form. Yeah, today's going to be a big match because if she can do what she did last week against Raducanu, that would be insane, like impressive. I'm not insane. She could do it, but it would be super impressive. Because how she played last week was, and also how Raducanu played. She didn't play great, but Raducanu's been playing so much better this week. So, yeah, I would be very impressed if Swiatek won again in the same way, because I think this week's Raducanu is a lot better. So yeah, be really interesting. I feel like last week wasn't super fair to Raducanu. She was exhausted. Well, she just didn't play well. She was making a lot of errors. Her coach wasn't there, which we all know is he's such a big difference. When she's there, she plays much better than when he's not. So yeah. So I'm tonight, I'm super keen for tonight's match. Year-end number one could be another story. Raducanu has a lot to defend if she gets to number one before Asian swing. Sabalenka could be back to number one without having to win much. Well, that's true too. You're right. Raducanu's end to the year is very, very. She's got to do a lot of work because of last year. So we'll see what happens. All right, 4-3. As the return goes in the forehand of Pegula, forehand from Anisimova in the net. There's 15 love. 15 love. As a return from Anisimova goes wide. 30 love. 30 love. As a default second serve. Great backhand return from Anisimova. Pegula in the net. 30-15. We are finally getting rain again in England. It's wonderful. Said nobody ever. But that's good. People were saying it hasn't rained since like Queen's Club. As that goes out by Anisimova, 40-15. As we get a let. All right, nice serve. Pegula up 5-3. She takes keeps the lead. 5-3. All right. Anisimova 7 to stay in it. Just had a burger for lunch. Do I want another one? Shit. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, Anisimova 15 love. What kind of burger was it though? As we get a great serve out wide, 30 love. Everyone complained about Sabalenka, but she's just going through what Iga did. Is she though? Like, what do you mean? How do you mean? All right. 30 love. As that goes out by Pegula, 40 love. 40 love. As we default second serve. As the backhand return goes back into Anisimova. Anisimova smacks it up the line for a winner. What a shot. 5-4. Pegula's going to serve for the set. But Anisimova's starting to get into this now. Much better hitting. I just checked the rankings from 6 to 10 place. Everyone is close. US Open is going to be so crucial for the finals. Are you talking about on the men's side or the women's side? On the men's side, it is for sure. That big tower reminds me of some fighting arena in Mortal Kombat. That's so true. It does look like a fight arena from Mortal Kombat. That's so funny. That's true. I see it now. That's funny. Mortal Kombat. All right. All right. All right. Can Pegula finish the set? All right. Pegula serving for the set. As the return goes into the forehand of Pegula, Anisimova backhand to the forehand of Pegula as Anisimova slice forehand goes wide. 15 love. As the return goes out by Anisimova, 30 love. Cam, this channel got me watching so much tennis, I broke down and got a year of Tennis TV. But, more importantly, did you use the link? Did you scan the QR code? Did you go through the link? Backhand return in the net by Anisimova, 40 love. 40 love. Served on the tee. Return goes back in, and then Pegula puts it away. That is a solid set of tennis from Pegula on serve. So only a nervous start from... only like a bit of a nervous start from Anisimova that kind of got the break, and then that was it. All right. Pardon me. All right. First set in the bag for Pegula. 9 winners, 14 errors from Anisimova. 4 winners, 6 errors from Pegula. No break points against Pegula's serve. She served very, very well. She won 81% of points on her serve. Only the 1 out of 3 break points converted for Pegula. And it was early on that Anisimova was broken. So let's see if the second set will take a different turn. Pegula is playing way better than she did in the last match. Oh, yeah. But she also was playing like this in her first set of the last match. So remember, she was up 4-2 in the second, and we're like, oh, this is easy. And then all of a sudden, it all went wrong. So don't be counting out Anisimova. Pegula was playing well in the first set yesterday too. Head-to-head is 5-0 to Pegula. Why do I feel like it's a 3-setter? Because yeah. All right, Pegula takes the first, but Anisimova serving first in the second. We know that my chair is broken. Hang on. Why is it stuck? Ah! Oh no. Oh no, chat. What have I done? Oh no! I'm permanently stuck to the chair. Oh no. I'm gonna have to throw out the blanket and the chair. Oh no. Everything's gone wrong. I just wanted to be warm. Is that too much to ask? Is that a crime? I fixed it. It's alright, I fixed it. 15 love. Right. Let's try this again. Yeah. That's better. Alright. Alright, we're good. Alright. Everything's fine. 15 love. As Pegula hits a forehand in the forehand of Anisimova. Pegula slice. And then Anisimova backhand comes to the net and hits the smash, puts it away. 30 love. 30 love. Whew. 30 love. Great serve. 40 love. As Pegula backhand with Anisimova. As Pegula forehand again goes long and Anisimova 1 love. All right, 1 love Anisimova in the second. Cam, you look like you're about to be committed to a mental institution. That's not very nice. All right. 1 love. Not funny, don't laugh. As that goes out by Anisimova. 15 love. It's not very nice, don't laugh. I'm just cold. I'm not crazy. I'm just cold. All right, 15 love. First serve, fault, second serve. As Pegula double faults. 30-15. Was that a joke about the mental institution? Yes, they were joking. But chat, guess what? We're already in one. Welcome to the madhouse. You're all in one right now. 30-15. God, it's cold though. 30 all. 30 all. All right, his return goes in the forehand of Pegula. Great forehand from Pegula. The slice goes in the net from Anisimova. We're all mad. Yeah. All right. As that goes out by Pegula. Deuce. First chance for Anisimova here. She hasn't had a break point all day. Cam's always dependent on the kindness of strangers. No, the insults of strangers. People come in here and make fun. All right, advantage. Pegula, good serving. Advantage Pegula. What time is it where you are? It's 4 a.m. Good serve again, Pegula. And then she's a forehand to the slice of Anisimova. Pegula volleys. Anisimova backhand cross-court winner, though. That is a shot. What a shot by Anisimova. Wasn't a bad volley. But Anisimova just rips it cross-court. What a shot. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad. That's it. That is it. Great backhand. Pegula even gave that a round of applause. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. There's a bit of backhand return from Anisimova to the back of Pegula. Pegula in the net. And Anisimova has got her first break point of the day. Advantage Anisimova. Serving the front of Anisimova. Back in. Pegula goes wide. There's the break. 2-love Anisimova in the second. All right. Game on. BBC reporting that Carlos is set to make his return at the US Open. By the way, chat, is it just me or is it like... I find that like somebody who says... I mean, like, it's exciting that he's coming back. Well, that he's planning on coming back. I don't know. I find it just it's a bit like... Yeah, that's what we thought was going to happen. I don't know. It's just... I don't know. I'm like, yeah. Cool. Like, that's what we thought that was going to happen. It's more like of a shock when someone's like, I'm not playing. Like withdrawals, right? Like when someone's withdraws, we're like, oh no, that's crazy. But we expect everybody to play unless they say otherwise. So announcing you're playing is different. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't feel like it has the same, like... He was always like, I always thought he was like, yeah, he hadn't withdrawn, so he was going to play. He was on the list. I don't know. Also, I'm not I'm not convinced. I want to see him in New York. 15-love. Back in the net. I guess he confirms that he's not withdrawing. So that's exciting. But it's also weird. Like I don't know. I don't think it's... Like I expected him to play unless he said he wasn't. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not... Like... I'm still not convinced. I don't know. He's not going to play. All right. 40-love. And Anisimova to go 3-love. Yeah, I think he's going to play the mixed doubles next week. That's why he's announced it. Because there's wild cards for the mixed doubles that haven't been announced, and I reckon he's going to play mixed doubles. I reckon that's why he's announced it today. And he's announced that he's coming back or whatever. Because I think he's playing the mixed next week. Oh, Anisimova with a slice forehand into the corner, and it's 3-love Anisimova in the second. He hasn't posted on... Instead, he just reposted a paid post. Oh. Okay. Anyways, 3-love Anisimova in the second. But like I keep saying, chat, he said he's playing, but just be cautious, be wary. Because 1, we haven't seen him in New York. 2, we haven't seen him practice for more than 5 seconds in an Instagram reel. And 3, we're a long way away from the US Open, right? We're like 10 days away. There's a long time between now and the first round. So, like, everybody just I don't want anyone to get disappointed. Stop doubting him. Hey, why don't you stop telling me what to do? I'm giving you shut up. Pegula's injured. Pegula's got a hip injury. Somebody said something up with Pegula, and you were correct. Something's wrong with her hip. And this is what I was talking to a coach. Pegula's got a hip problem. Thank you for whatever that was. What was that? Who did that? Sorry, I missed it. It flew through the chat. All right, Pegula's just receiving some treatment. It looks like it looks like a hip injury, like a left hip injury. She's leaving the court, so yeah, she's getting a serious treatment. All right, Pegula, medical timeout, off court. So hip, it looks like a hip issue. All right, she's getting a medical timeout. All right. Doesn't look good, yeah. And it's, I mean, this is the thing, right? Anybody who has any sort of injury this week, like, I think Pegula could come out here and just be like, you know what? Not worth playing this. I'm gonna go to New York fit. Yeah, Pegula, she did it. It looks like she did it on a serve. Yeah, it's a left hip. Yeah. Yeah, she is. They're showing the replay of her reacting. I don't think Pegula's going to finish this match. It's not worth it. Like, there's nothing to gain here. If she's injured, I mean, a hip injury, that's not going to get better. I reckon Pegula's going to come back here and say, "I'm good. I'm done." It's not worth it. Especially considering the draw that's ahead, right? So let's say she does come back and beat Anisimova. Then she's got to play Raducanu or Swiatek. And it's not even New York. We're not even in the big show. I mean, it's not worth it. Unless they produce some miracle and they fix it. But if she got a hip issue, that's not something to play with, you know? And if we weren't playing the US Open in a week, I would say, oh, maybe she'll play. Like if we were in Washington, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe play a little, test it out. But we're so close to the US Open, and we were just talking about her chances at the US Open, right? I mean, she's among the favorites, right? I mean, she's definitely a chance. So it's not worth the risk, and I think she'll know that. Has she got a history of with retiring? Maybe she doesn't. Because there's those players that are just so stubborn that they're like, yeah, I don't retire for nothing. And you're like, maybe you should though. You should, retire if you're injured. When was the last time Pegula retired a match? So she's retired only 3 times and hasn't retired since 2014. Wow. So she hasn't retired a mid-match since 2014. So maybe she won't retire. That's a long time. That's a long time. She's only ever retired 3 times in her career, Pegula. And that was back in the early, like, mid to early 2010s. Or early to mid 2010s. Interesting. She has withdrawn from matches like walkover. The last one was in Adelaide in 24. But she doesn't retire. Or she hasn't retired in a long, long time. But I don't know, man. Maybe it's not worth keeping the streak if you got a hip injury. Pegula, if retired, if not okay, focus on the US Open. I agree. All right, another minute until Pegula comes back on court. Hey, thank you, ML, for the super gift. Appreciate it. If Anisimova loses her mind, then the game will be straight sets. I mean, that's also possible. I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it. Anyone who's got any sort of injury this week, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Just not worth it. By the way, after this, we've got Caboli taking on Paul. But that doesn't start for like another hour. So Pegula really is planning for that number one push. Well, getting injured not going to help. Anisimova should offer her Red Bull. Oh God. Can we stop with the Red Bull? They're not even a sponsor of the channel. Stop giving them free ads, chat. Don't make me. I don't want to have to ban that word. It's annoying. They don't even pay us to. You're giving them free advertising. Stop it. Not a sponsor. Pegula's come back. Pegula's walking back out. Let's see how she goes. If she does play on, I think she will. I mean, history says she plays on. I think. Yep. All right. She'll play on. But let's see for how long. She doesn't have a history of withdrawing or retiring, so we'll see what happens. Pegula to serve. Yeah, she's very tentative on the serve. Second serve. It's her front foot that like land. It's her left. If it's her left hip, she lands on the left. Yeah, she's very, very careful on that left. As Anisimova hits it out. 15 love. So when she lands, like she serves, right? So she'll serve. She'll land on her left, and then she'll twist her hip to like face the front, right? But you can tell that she's kind of very like quickly like move, like trying to move, like, you know, get into position and not try and twist her hips too much. 15 all. And like she's going to be constantly putting her you know, her weight all on that front leg when she lands. So it's a good test this game to see if she's going to be okay. 30-15. Yeah, you can tell she's not even jumping that high off the ground. Look how low she is. Yeah, she's not in a good way. 30 all. Like she's only you know when players like spring into their serve, she's barely leaving the ground. She's very short, compact swing. Yeah, she's not even moving to the ball there. 30-40. And Anisimova needs to keep her head here because we do know that players that play injured players can sometimes lose their mind. Anisimova needs to keep her cool and just keep hitting the ball. Another winner. There we go, Anisimova. You got to play. Anisimova's never been before, so she's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to let you back in this. Double break. 4 love. All right, 4 love. Anisimova, she's done exactly what she needs to do. Punish the serves. Right. 4 love. As Anisimova serves. Double fault. Love 15. If you're just joining us, Pegula has a left hip injury that she has sustained due to serving, I think. I think she heard it while she was serving. 4-4 rally. As Anisimova hits a winner. And Pegula is not going to start moving out to that side. She's just like, I'm not going to run out there. I'm going to just hit anything that comes down the middle. All right. 15-0. Second serve. Into the forehand of Pegula. Anisimova forehand. Pegula gets it back with a slice. And then Anisimova in the net. All right, 15-30. Yeah, here's the thing. Anisimova needs to obviously not take the foot off here. As with a serve. There's a fault. Second serve. Serve in the back of Pegula. And Pegula hits it out. 30-0. 30-0. .30-0. 1 hour played. .30-0. As the return goes in the forehand of Pegula. Forehand from Anisimova. In the net. 30-40. Where Anisimova needs to be real careful. 30-40. Breakback point for Pegula. As the return goes back into Anisimova. Pegula slice. Anisimova up the line is a winner. What a shot by Anisimova. All right, deuce. Too good. All right, deuce. Great serve. Advantage Anisimova. Medical timeout was strategic. Julian, don't come in here and start trouble, all right? We don't need that shit. We're having a good day. We're having a nice day. As we just serve to the forehand of Pegula is a let. Advantage Anisimova. You donated money to the casino? Why didn't you donate the money to the stream? It's the least you could do. Give them money, but they don't need the money. Why are you giving money to the casino? All right, advantage Anisimova. And the backhand goes into the forehand of Pegula. Anisimova forehand, the forehand of Pegula is Anisimova in the net. Back to deuce. All right, forehand goes up the line of the backhand of Pegula. As the forehand from Anisimova goes long, advantage Pegula to get one back. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. Double fault. All right, one of the breaks back. And Anisimova is not impressed by herself there. She's like, really? Yeah. All right. 4-1. Pegula has one of the breaks back. But Anisimova leads with the break still. All right. How we doing, chat? What's up? Azza.
Carl, you should have done this. What I'm currently doing right now.
Thank you, Azza, for the 5. I'm down 10K this month. Jeez, Carl. That's insane. Anisimova is going to gift this match. Just watch. You reckon? They're showing the replay where Pegula hurt her hip. But she's not going to give up, Pegula. She doesn't give up. Anisimova revving up the meme-worthy reactions. Does Cam need a new blanket? Probably. How are we doing, chat? Where are we watching from, chat? I haven't asked that today. We just got here. Where are we watching from? Where are we watching from? The UK. Philippines. Maine. Singapore. Los Angeles. Chicago. India. Mississippi. Philly. Malta. Orlando. Michigan. Dubai. California. Arizona. Kansas. Yo, thank you. Toronto, Salt Lake City. 15 love. Cambodia, Las Vegas, Germany. Puerto Rico. As the return goes backhand of Pegula. 4 now from Anisimova. And then the forehand goes in the net by Anisimova. She tries to come to the net for 30 love. Anisimova's starting to crack. You can tell. Just the way she's missing shots and laughing. You're like, oh no, she's not having fun. This is not good. 30 love. We've got the Bahamas, Canada, Portugal. Vermont, Milan, Ireland, Mumbai. There's a bit of a return from Anisimova. Goes out, 40 love. Anisimova is definitely... the way she's reacting is... How have I not won this match? And like, look, there's players that we know struggle when these sort of things happen. Maybe that's why Pegula's still playing, because she knows that, like, well, look, if I just hang around long enough, Anisimova might gift me a lot of errors. And right now, Anisimova is gifting Pegula a lot of errors. That's probably, I mean, if Pegula was playing against somebody like Swiatek or something, maybe she would consider retiring. But Anisimova, she's always got a chance, because Anisimova does get in her own head sometimes, you know? And Anisimova could just be charitable, you know? All right. 4-2. As the return goes, the forehand of Pegula. Anisimova with a slice. Pegula wins the point. Love 15. Wait a minute. Pegula is hurt and could win. Is Raducanu going to beat Swiatek tonight and get a walkover for number 1? Hang on. Maybe. That actually... Oh, no. Is that how she gets to number one? That actually, maybe. Like, Rybakina gets to number one because Pegula withdraws from the semi. That could actually happen. That could happen. So really, the Swiatek-Rybakina match could be the one for number one. If Pegula wins this match, right? We're still a long way away. 15-0. That could be possible. What a way to get to number. Shouldn't get points for people withdrawing, but that's not how. That's how it works. So you get points per round, not per, like, not how you get there. It's you get points per round. You make the final, you get the same points as if you got there with playing zero tennis. You know, the final's the final. Forehand up the line goes long by Anisimova. Wow, Anisimova has lost it. She had it, and she, like, if she doesn't, she goes up 5-love. We're into a third. But she gets broken at 4-love, and now she doesn't know what to do. She has no idea what to do. All right, 15-30. Forehand to the backhand of Pegula, backhand of Anisimova. Pegula slice in the net. 30-0. Anisimova needs this game. Needs this game. All right, 30-0. As the return goes in the front of Anisimova, up the line of the backhand of Pegula. Anisimova comes in. Pegula puts up a lob. And then Anisimova puts that away. All right, 40-30. All right, 40-30. 40-30. Anisimova just to keep it going. 40-30. There's a backhand return the net. All right, Anisimova 5-2. Needed that. She was starting to lose her grip. All right, Pegula's going to serve to stay in the set. What's wrong with Pegula? She got a hip. It looks like a left hip issue. A left hip. Who are the most temperamental players on the WTA, past and present? Right now? I don't know, chat. Who do you think? Most temperamental? I'll tell you what, Halep could throw a racket. Halep could destroy a racket. Halep was she was like Rublev. She could break a racket. She could scream some fierce. She could destroy people with a look. Andreeva? Yeah, Andreeva can explode sometimes. Andreeva, okay. Putintseva, yeah, Putintseva definitely doesn't hide her feelings. Sabalenka or Ostapenko? I don't think Sabalenka's that. No, maybe a little bit. Penko, definitely. Penko, yeah, she could. She's got a good death stare. Remember that lady who was literally clutching her pearls at Andre? Yeah, that was so funny. That was so funny. That might have been the funniest thing I've seen all year. Andreeva leaving the court against Siniakova was telling the crowd F you, and then she's like, oh, that lady was so, her reaction was so good. That was so funny. She's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. I've heard this. It was crazy. That was so funny. Anyways, Pegula hits it out, love 15. I love 15, and this is where we're trying to get this done. Yeah, on the men's side, I think, Kyrgios, Rublev, right? Who else on the men's side likes to? I mean, Medvedev after yesterday or the other day, Medvedev is definitely he does lose his mind sometimes. Who else? Mute definitely, he doesn't mind a racket break. So back up the line of the forehand of Anisimova, forehand up the line by Anisimova again to the slice of Pegula. Pegula hits it long, and it's love 30. Love 30. As Pegula serves back on Anisimova, forehand Pegula. That's a great shot. Anisimova slices it back, and Pegula hits it all backhand winner, 15-30. 15-30. As we default second serve. Serving the backhand of Anisimova. Then Pegula backhand goes long. Set points for Anisimova. 15-40. 15-40. To take us to a third. First serve's a fault. Second serve. I haven't had any soup yet. I'll be having soup after this. Serving to the forehand of Anisimova, backhand of Pegula. Anisimova backhand winner. There's the second. And Anisimova keeps her head and takes us to a third. All right. Anisimova takes the second against an injured Pegula. I don't think Pegula's retiring. She doesn't have a history of retiring, so I don't think she will. Yeah, I don't think Pegula's going to retire. And look, I'm sure she would if it was bad enough, but it must not be that bad. All right, second set. 1 winner for Pegula, 9 errors. Oof. 12 winners, 12 errors from Anisimova. All right. By the way, after this, we've got Caboli taking on Tommy Paul. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Why continue to make injury worse makes no sense to me. Yeah, but I mean, how do you know? The trainers would have told her, and she would have made that decision. You know, so it's sort of just like a, you know, like. But also, there's players that just don't retire. Like that's just not what they do. Even if they've got an injury, they play through. You know, for better or worse. And if it does get worse, that would be terrible. But she's playing anyway, so. I don't think she'll play the semis if she wins this match, though. I don't think she'll play the next match if she does win this. Yeah. You got to also remember that Pegula's dad owns a lot of sports teams, right? So she's probably just got it ingrained in her, like, never quit, never retire, right? She just probably just has that in her, right? Where she's just like, you know, she's around sports all the time, right? And she's just like, yeah, don't quit. Don't quit. Okay, if you're hurt, get through it. Like, you know, which, again, for better or worse, right? You know, sometimes that's not a good idea. but she probably just has that ingrained in her, right? And if you look at, and we looked at her record, she hasn't retired a match mid-match since 2014, right? So that tells you that, okay, and she's definitely had injuries during that time. In the last 12 years, you got to, there would be moments where she's been injured as well. But for somebody who hasn't retired in over a decade, you would think that it would have to be pretty severe for her to retire, right? But if it's something uncomfortable, then, she'll play. And today is not bad enough that she feels the need to retire. It'd have to be pretty bad. Yeah, she won't quit unless they cut her out. Exactly. Had she had a little bit more of a history of retirement, right? And she'd retired like a few times over the last 5 years, we'd be like, oh, well, she has retired. But that straight away goes, okay, she's not going to quit. Unless she, her leg falls off, right? I mean, that's, it's going to have to take something real serious for her to throw in the towel. All right. Anisimova to serve. Final set. Here we go. Let's see if Anisimova can keep her head, because she better not think Pegula's injured and think that this is going to be an easy match, because Pegula's just going to hang around as long as Anisimova lets her. Love 15. Yeah, I don't think Pegula will play the semis, because she has withdrawn from tournaments and matches before. It's just retiring mid-match is not a thing she does. But she has had walkovers. So in the next match, she might be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not going to play. That tracks. So I don't think she'll play the semi. But she'll finish this match. Win or lose. She'll finish this match. And then she's a backhand winner, Pegula. Okay. What a shot. Love 30. And Anisimova's like, how did you do that? How did that happen? Yeah, Anisimova thought it was wide. Oh, God. Not like this. Anisimova's, don't do this. That was close. Anisimova thinks it's out. She sees a mark and she's like, how's that in? Oh, don't do this. Not like this, Amanda. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't start blaming Hawkeye. 15-30. Good serve. Got to keep it cool. Because for Pegula, it's about trying to play with this injury. For Anisimova, it's about keeping her head. Good backhand, 30-0. Anisimova. Yeah, it's about keeping focus. It's about not losing her cool. Because it's super frustrating playing an injured player. Because you think they're gonna go away, but they don't. So you've just got to play them like they're not injured, and play them like you would normally, right? Lovely backhand again from Anisimova. Right, 40-30. Also, Pegula could have taken painkillers or something, right? But at the medical timeout, so her hip could be getting better, or she could be feeling less pain. So, that's also a factor that Anisimova needs to, not to be nice, All right, deuce. Good return, Pegula. Anisimova serves again. There's a fault. Second serve. You got to remember, too, Pegula has a day off tomorrow. So if she does win this match, she does get the day off. So that could be enough to be right for the semis. I'm not saying that she's definitely going to withdraw. But, yeah, there's a chance she could. As that goes out by Anisimova. Advantage Pegula. Break point. As the backhand return goes to forehand of Anisimova. Pegula. Cross-court forehand. Anisimova gets it, but hits in the net. Anisimova starting to crack. You can see it. And she was just, I want to break a racket so bad. All right, one love. One love Pegula. Schedule's out. Thanks, Deb. Yeah, I'm not surprised at the schedule. We're going to watch everything anyway, so, you know. Yeah, Gauff and Kostrick are playing late at night, which is a bit interesting. The night session's fire. Fritz Nakashima is pretty fun too. Today's definitely the crazier of the days on the women's side, but tomorrow's pretty good too. All right, one love Pegula, final set. As the return goes back into Pegula, back in out from Anisimova. Pegula again to the back of Anisimova as Pegula forehand cross court. Anisimova gets it and hits it out. 15 love. As Pegula serves. Into the back of Anisimova. Pegula comes in. Puts it away. 30 love. As Pegula serves a fault, second serve. And the return goes back into Pegula, backing up from Anisimova goes wide. 40 love. I told you, Cam. What'd you tell me? All right. Forehand goes out behind Anisimova. What was that? 2 love Pegula, final set. All right. 2 love, final set. As Anisimova serves. A fault. Second serve. Into the forehand Pegula. Return to the forehand of Anisimova. Pegula wins a point and Anisimova goes wide. Love 15. Love 15. I told you that Pegula would retire after the second set, but it didn't happen. Haha. So you so why you didn't tell me anything? I told you that you didn't tell me anything. I don't think you know what I told you so means. It's when you get it right, not wrong. Come on now. I told you the wrong thing. All right. Love 15. So, into the back end of Pegula. And Anisimova hits it out, love 30. And Anisimova is starting to panic. Love 30. Love 30. Serving the back of Pegula, backing up from Anisimova. It's Pegula backhand in the middle. Anisimova forehand again, the back of Pegula. As Anisimova gets it back with her forehand, Pegula gets it again to the front of Anisimova. Anisimova in the nets! And she tries to redirect it up the line, and it's love 40. Love 40. To get the double break. Serve. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Serve in the back of Pegula. Return is a winner. Oh. This is why Pegula did not quit. Because she knew that she just had to hang around long enough. If she knew Anisimova would stop playing properly. 3-love Pegula with a break in the third. All right. Here we go. Let's see if Anisimova can figure it out. Oh my gosh, this is brutal. And this is where like the 5-0 head-to-head record comes into play. This is where Anisimova is thinking, you're injured. How am I losing to an injured player? I should be better than this. Why am I how am I letting her win? Like it all becomes all that negative talk that you have in your head. Like all of those things. And there's some players that don't let it affect them, and then there's some that do. And we know Anisimova doesn't hide it. And she's freaking out at the moment internally. And probably externally in a little bit if she keeps losing. Like she is pissed off that she is letting Pegula win this match. And Pegula's like, bro, I'm just getting the ball back. Like, you can do whatever you want. I'm just getting it back. And that's exactly how you play Anisimova if you've got an injury. Just get it back. Just she could give you some free points, and she's been doing that. All right. Pegula, 3-love in the third. I still don't think she'll play the semis. I think Pegula will regardless of who she plays, I think Pegula's probably going to, look, she's got a day off though, so maybe she does play the semis, but I think if she wins this match and she's no good tomorrow, like she wakes up and she's like, yeah, I'm not ready to play, I don't think she'll play. But I tell you, that's even more frustrating for Anisimova. All right, 30-love. Anisimova's just, I thought you were injured. I thought you were hurt. What happened? 30-love. As with a fault second serve. Hey, look, there's also a possibility that, the injury might not be as bad as we think it is. Like, Pegula might have just, needed the timeout just to kind of go, am I okay? Because we saw that with the Eala, right? When the Eala rolled her ankle, we all thought, oh, no, this is bad. But then after the match, she was like, oh, no, it was just a scare. And she was just worried that it was bad. So, Pegula, this could be also that, the Pegula, she felt something uncomfortable. She's like, oh, that's not good. I better get that checked. And then she's come back and she's like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought. 40-15. Which is not people are going to be like, oh, it's a fake timeout. Shut up, it's not. If you're sick, do you go to the doctor? Yeah. Do they tell you that you're going to die? No. They give you some medicine. And they're like, oh, yeah, just have this and you'll be fine. Oh, yeah, you wake up the next day and you're fine. Relax. 40-15. And especially this close to a Grand Slam. Of course, any player who has any discomfort is going to get a medical timeout to make sure it's not something bad. There's a US Open coming up, As with a 4-9 out of the back of Anisimova, 4-9 from Pegula. And Pegula hits it long, 40-30. Also, you would have thought that she would have taken some pain medication during the timeout. So it might not be sore now because of that. And then when she finishes the match and cools down, it might actually start to hurt again. So you got to think of that too, right? There's a lot of factors. 40-30. As a return, it goes in the back of Pegula. Good drop shot. And Anisimova comes to the net. Pegula lob. Anisimova smash. Pegula gets it back, but hits it out. And it's deuce. Now we get the deuce. Pegula will walk over in the semis. if it is painful tomorrow, I don't think she'll play. I don't think she'll risk playing if she has even if she has a minor injury. Like, I don't think she'll risk it. As with a forehand now to the back of Anisimova, forehand now from Pegula. Anisimova up the line of the back of Pegula, Anisimova back in again. Pegula gets it back. And then Anisimova back into the net. Too many free points from Anisimova. Advantage Pegula. All right. Advantage Pegula. Serve. There's a fault. Second serve. To the forehand of Anisimova. Pegula backhand. To the forehand of Anisimova. It's Pegula slice. Anisimova up the line. Pegula gets it back. As Anisimova forehand up the line's a winner. That's better. From Anisimova. Deuce. That's how she has to play. She has to play like Pegula's fine, which she is in the moment. She's not doing anything. Like, Pegula doesn't look as sore as she did when she came back from the medical timeout. All right, deuce. Serving to the forehand of Anisimova. Pegula forehand. Into the forehand of Anisimova. They go forehand to forehand as Pegula gets the free point and Anisimova hits it long. Advantage Pegula. Pegula to go to 4-love. As Pegula serves. Fault. Very close. Hey, Hayes, thank you for the 5 gifted. Second serve. With the backhand of Anisimova. Pegula forehand on the stretch. Anisimova comes to the net. Pegula puts it up into the sky, but Anisimova puts it away with a forehand winner. Back to deuce. Is it cold out there? There's a guy wearing a back hat and a thick sweater. I don't think so. I think that's more just sun protection. All right, deuce. Second serve. Double fault. All right, advantage Anisimova to get back one of the breaks. As a return, goes in the backhand of Pegula. Good drop shot. Oh, Anisimova's backhand's better, though. What a pickup. All right. Anisimova gets one back. That was a crazy backhand. That was so tough. The short slice drop shot angle that Pegula hit. How did Anisimova hit that? I mean, she was like so close to the net, but also way out of court. Super, and then threads it up the line. That is a crazy good backhand. Even Anisimova was impressed. She's like, ooh, okay, maybe I can win this match. That was insane. That was a perfect backhand. Jeez, that was a crazy shot. Anyways, 3-1. What a backhand. Love 15, Pegula return winner. As the return goes to the net by Pegula, 15-0. As the return goes to the net by Pegula, 30-15. 30-15. Serve again. There's an ace. 40-15. All right. Anisimova. To just put some pressure on Pegula here. As a return, goes in the back of Anisimova. Pegula back in the net, and Anisimova takes the game, and it's 3-2 Pegula with a break. But Anisimova is hanging on. 1 second, chat. All right. Crucial set for Pegula here. I mean, it's a crucial set for both because it's the last one. All right. It's clear that Pegula is the better player here. Her hip injury is just in the way. True. I mean, the head-to-head suggests that for sure. If Pegula were to win Cincinnati, she'd be 900 points behind Sabalenka going to the US Open. We're not talking about that because we're all focusing on Raducanu being number one. But Pegula could be number one as well. I mean, she's playing for number one too. Why do you accuse Jesse of being a swindler? That's because that person's losing money. That's why. The only people that are mad right now are Anisimova fans and gamblers. That's the only people that are mad right now. Or like a small select group of Pegula fans who are concerned for her health, right? Everybody else is just like, wow, good effort from Pegula. Like that's the way it is. All right. Pegula's got the break still, 3-2, and Anisimova's got a little bit of a comeback. As the return goes out by Anisimova. 15 love. 15 love. Yeah, Tommy Paul comes up next against Caboli. We're going to watch that, which is going to be super exciting. Number one with no slams would be crazy. But I think she has to win the US Open to be number one, doesn't she? Or maybe she made the final. I mean, it would be, if she made the final and was number one, that would be interesting. We'll have to wait to see what happens with, obviously, there's other things at play, right? It's not just Pegula has to do one thing or the other. There's a lot of other things that have to happen. You know, Sabalenka and Raducanu are also in the conversation. 40 love. But it's kind of awesome that, you know, there's a chance that Pegula could be number one when we're all, you know, we've been focusing mainly on Raducanu. You know, it would be kind of awesome if Pegula kind of leapfrogged them both. And she took number one. All right, first serve, default, second serve. As a return from Anisimova to the slice, Pegula. Anisimova, forehand again, the forehand Pegula. As Anisimova gets it back, Pegula up the middle. Anisimova slicing the net. All right, 4-2. Pegula keeps that break. Yeah, Pegula hurt her hip in the second set. Got a medical timeout. But she is fighting through it. Yeah, that was a quick game. A couple of errors in there from Anisimova did not help. All right. Back to Anisimova. All right, as that goes out by Anisimova, love 15. Love 15. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Serve in the back and Pegula are in the net. 15-0. Say something about Balick, Cam, please. She's great. We watched her yesterday. Yeah, Balick's awesome. She's so much fun to watch. We'll watch her tomorrow. We'll watch her as well when she plays Keys. I'm a fan. I've been a fan of Balick since she won Abu Dhabi. She's just, she just reminds me of like a left-handed Paolini. She's a left-handed Paolini. And she's just so feisty. She kind of reminds me a little bit of Kenin as well. Like Sophia Kenin. Like with the sort of she doesn't throw rackets as much as Kenin does. But I don't know, she just kind of has that like 2019 Kenin vibe too. Where she just very intense. As the return goes in, the 40 minutes over. But Pegula hit it long, 40-15. So yeah. So we'll watch her tomorrow play Keys. She's also a heavy metal fan. She apparently favorite bands are Metallica and Slipknot. Is that true? That's actually awesome. I love that. She might become my favorite player. Backhand goes out by Anisimova, 40-30. She might actually become my favorite player for that. That's awesome. All right, 40-30. First serve, default, second serve. As the return goes to the net. All right, Anisimova holds. 4-3 Pegula with the break. Final set. Pegula leads. Alcaraz is coming back, yes. Who would have thought he would play the US Open and Sinner still undecided? Is it? It must just be me. Look, maybe I'm a party pooper. I don't get it. Maybe I've just been doing this so long that it just doesn't surprise. I feel like it's not a surprise. Like Alcaraz coming, like he was supposed to be. That's what he planned on coming back. I don't know. I'm not that surprised that he's announced it. I'm like, yeah, you're on the list. Like, I don't know, but I'm also not convinced. Yeah, Billy, you can super chat if you want. It's fine. Minimum of $20,000. Let's kid. Don't do that. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm not like, okay, maybe, okay, you know what it is? I'm too close to the sun. That's what it is. So if you don't watch tennis as much, then the announcement is probably a real like, oh, I didn't know, I thought he was out for the year, right? Maybe you didn't know, you weren't tracking him as closely. But we've been tracking him daily, right? Because we're here daily, so we talk about him all the time. So maybe that's why I don't have the same reaction as some of you guys, right? Because I've been seeing daily and talking about it every day. Talking about Alcaraz, oh, he's practicing today. Oh, he's with Runa. He's doing this. He's doing that. So maybe that's why I'm not like as surprised. Because we're on Carlos watch all the time. But if you don't watch every day and you like maybe haven't watched tennis for a while because you're a Carlos fan, you'd be like, oh, I just got the news. I didn't know that he was training. I didn't know that he was planning to come back. I didn't see him. So okay, I get that. So that's because yeah. Whereas we've been tracking every Sinner Alcaraz move for a month. So it doesn't feel like as much of a surprise. But I understand. If you guys haven't been watching tennis as much, maybe that's why. It's a big surprise. And it's exciting. It is exciting if he comes back. But he hasn't played anything, so I'm a little worried. He has to he's going to play mixed doubles next week. He has to. He has to play mixed doubles next week as a test. He has to play. There's wild cards for mixed doubles. He has to play mixed doubles next week. That's the test. And then New York. Then the singles. Anyway, it's 15-0. As the return goes out by Anisimova. I'll tell you what. I kind of think Anisimova needs a break now. 30-15. 30-15. As we fold second serve. Seven to the forehand. Anisimova. Pegula backhand. Into the back of Anisimova. Pegula up the middle. Anisimova gets back. Pegula slice in the net. 30-all. 30-all. Here we go. Anisimova. She's starting to throw fists. All right. 30-all. She's starting to get loud as well. All right, but a great serve by Pegula. Clutch. 40-30. That's one way to stop the momentum. 7 to the 40 minutes. Anisimova. Return goes forward to Pegula. Anisimova hits it long, and Pegula gets a 5-3. There was hope. There was a little bit of hope. All right. And we're back to Anisimova serving under immense pressure. This time to stay in the match. I'll tell you, if Pegula does win this match here, she deserves a lot of credit for her fighting abilities, because I mean she's already so underrated already, right? I mean Pegula's, she's one of the most underrated players on the tour, if not the most underrated. But the fact that she and a lot of other players, and fair enough, right? Not saying that it's a bad thing. A lot of other players that had a medical timeout in the middle of a second set would have, knowing the US Open's around the corner, would have said, I'm not going to risk it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth the problems. I'm not going to risk it. But for Pegula to come back and go, you know what? I'm going to play anyway. And then I'm going to turn around and win. I mean, she deserves a lot of credit for that. It does take courage. Because, some would say, it's crazy that she would risk that. But, we'll hear about it after the match, how bad it is. If it's like, she was just a scare, because, like we said, she could have just been like, oh, I don't feel good. I'm going to check what this is. Or it could be really bad and she's, being like, well, I don't want to quit. So either way, it's like, we'll find out after the match. 30-15. Hey, thank you, Billy, for the 5 gifted. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's admirable. Yeah, for sure. Like, never quits. I mean, you can say whatever you want about Pegula. Oh, she was born into riches or whatever. But she never quits. She doesn't give up. As Anisimova, it's a beautiful forehand winner. 40-15. 40-15. Anisimova to make Pegula serve for the match. As we get a return the net by Pegula. All right. Anisimova does her job. But Pegula's going to have to serve for this match. All right. All right. How we doing, chat? We got the men's match coming up next with Kaboli and Paul. So that's going to be fun. And then the night session later with Swiatek, Raducanu first. It could be an injury for Pegula before, so she can play through. I don't know. She didn't look bad in the first set. It looked like the way that she reacted, it looked like it was something that she hadn't had before. Like at least before today. Like it wasn't something coming into the match. The reaction of her being like, oh, like looking at the coaches and being like, this is something. I don't know. I didn't seem like it was something that she'd carried from last match. But I tell you, Pegula's mental toughness, that is again something that does not get praised enough, you know. She is not going to give this match up, even if she is. You know, I mean, Anisimova took over the second. It could have easily been a bagel. All right, Pegula serving the match. She serves into the forehand of Anisimova. Pegula forehand up the middle. Has Anisimova back in cross court. Pegula gets it. Anisimova wins the first point though. Pegula hits it long. Love 15. Nice start for Anisimova. Love 15. Serve again. There's a fault. Serving to the front of Anisimova. Pegula back into the front of Anisimova. Pegula back in again. Into the back of Anisimova. Pegula forehand cross court. Anisimova gets on the stretch, but in the net. I think Anisimova thought it was out. She thought it was Hawkeye called it out. But it was in, and it's 15-0. Anisimova reacted like it was out. And that cost her the point. 15-0. First serves a fault, second serve. Serve in the forehand of Anisimova. Great return slice from Pegula. Goes wide. All right. Moment of truth here for Anisimova. 15-30. Serve. There's a fault. There's a backhand return up the line from Anisimova as a winner. 15-40. Anisimova to get back on serve. Hey, greetings from the Philippines. What's up? $15.40. As a return, into the slice, Pegula. Anisimova back in open court. Winner, we're back on serve. Anisimova hanging on. I'll tell you, if she comes back to win this Anisimova, that's a hell of an effort from her because at 3-love, she looked mentally out of it. She looked like she'd given up. All right, 5-5. Nice work. And Anisimova won that game, by the way. That was not Pegula, error field game or anything like that. That was Anisimova taking over. That rhymed. That sounded cool. Anyways, back at return. Into the back of Anisimova. Anisimova hits it out. Okay, I'm going to stop praising everybody because that's not working. Love 15. Love 15. As the return goes into the forehand of Anisimova, forehand of Pegula. Anisimova gets it back to the forehand of Pegula up the line in the net by Pegula, 15-0. 15-all. Gambling's ruined sports. Gambling's been around forever. It's just that America, now it's legal to do in America, so it's like ramped up and gotten worse. But gambling's always been a thing in sports. As we're to find out from Anisimova, there's a drop shot. Pegula hits the tape, and Anisimova misses the volley. 15-30. 15-30, and Anisimova is, she got a hold here. I mean, if she comes all this way and then gets broken, she's going to be very upset with herself. Ah, 15-30. Serve again. It was not accessible. Now people don't enjoy matches. They just want their pick to win. Yeah. But it shouldn't change your enjoyment. 15-30. Serve. Into the back of Pegula. Backhand out from Anisimova. Pegula backhand goes long. 30-all. And Anisimova trying to will herself to get this game. Gosh, she's going through it right now. You can feel it. She's not even hiding it. She's like, yeah, she's going through some stuff. 30-all. Serve. Into the front of Pegula. Return goes out. 40-30 Anisimova. Hey, thank you, Billy, for gifting 5 more memberships. All right, 40-30. Anisimova. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Pegula. Backhand Anisimova down the middle. Pegula forehand again. The backhand of Anisimova. There's Pegula backing up the line. Anisimova cross court. Into the front of Pegula. Anisimova forehand again. To the front of Pegula. There's Anisimova forehand again. Into the front of Pegula. Now Anisimova goes up the line to the backhand of Pegula. Anisimova backing on the stretch. Pegula gets the point. Anisimova hits it long. And we get to deuce. This might be a bit of a marathon game, this one. 2 hours played. All right, deuce. Serve again. Oh, it was an ace. Clutch. Clutch serve. It seems you were tired or unwell today. I've been tired and unwell for weeks, or for days. Advantage Anisimova. To take the lead. She serves another fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Pegula. And it's over forehand in the nets. Deuce. Back to deuce. Such an important game for Anisimova. Such an important game. She's come so far. It would be such a shame for her to get broken after fighting so hard. Backhand return from Pegula off the tape to the forehand of Anisimova. Pegula. Into the backhand of Anisimova. It's Pegula backhand slice. Anisimova in control. Backhand again. Pegula slices it. Anisimova comes in with a volley. Pegula with a pass is a lob. Anisimova smash. Pegula gets it back with another lob. But that goes wide. And Anisimova gets to advantage. Advantage Anisimova. To take the lead. For the first time in this set, she was down love 3. double break. She serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Oh, no. Anisimova just caught that one. Try again. Second serve. Into the back of Pegula. 400 from Anisimova. As Pegula slices it short. Anisimova puts it away. That was such an important game. Anisimova leads 6-5. And Pegula's now going to serve to stay in the match. All right. I tell you, what an effort from Anisimova. I don't care if Pegula's hurt or not. Mentally for Anisimova, this is a huge moment. Because we know that she could be playing somebody who looks like they're on the verge of retirement, and she could still find a way to lose. So Anisimova to get through this would be pretty incredible. And would be a huge, confidence boost for her in the future. If she's ever in this situation again, All right. Pegula's going to serve to stay in the match. Yeah, great hitting from Anisimova. Anisimova just going through it this whole match. Have you ever been compared to Taron Egerton? No. I have not. All right. One more break from Amanda. That's it. If you're just joining us, Anisimova was down. Anisimova was down double break, love 3. And it was almost 4-love Pegula. She had a chance to go to 4-love. But Anisimova broke back and then kept holding serve and then broke back when Pegula served for the match. And now she leads. All right, let's see if Pegula can keep this match alive. Serve. Great serve, Pegula. All right, 15-love. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve. The back of Anisimova. Return goes wide. And it's 30-love. All right, chat. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to sub if you haven't already. We are we're at 500 likes. Appreciate it. All right, serve again. All right, 30-love. Second serve. Into the back of Anisimova. Anisimova in the net. 40-love. Pegula to take us to the shootout. Serve. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Return winner. 40-15. Lovely shot. 40-15. Serve is a fault. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Pegula. Before now in the net by Pegula. 40-30. Okay. 40-30. Still a chance for Pegula to go to the shootout. Serve. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Return off the tape. Pegula gets it and puts it away. All right, tiebreak time. Here we go, chat. We're going the distance. Who's winning the tiebreak, chat? It's only a 7-point tiebreak because it's a non-Grand Slam match. They only go to 10 points when it's a slam. So who you got, chat? Who you got? Who have you got? JPEG, Amanda. Leaning towards Amanda, okay. Pegula. Anisimova. Pegula 7-4, 7-2 Pegula, 7-3 Pegula, 7-4 Amanda. All right. Pretty split. Pretty split. 7 to the back of Pegula. Return to the front of Anisimova. Anisimova hits it out. 1-love Pegula. Mini break. Straight away. Mini break. 1-love. Tiebreak record this year. 3 wins, 3 losses of Anisimova. That's crazy. She only played 6 tiebreaks this year in Anisimova. What? 8 wins, 3 losses for Pegula in tiebreaks this year. I can't believe Anisimova's only played 6 tiebreaks. That's crazy to me. How is that possible? All right, return. In the form of Pegula. Pegula hits it out. It's 1-1. We're back on serve. 1-1. One all. Serve again. Is a fault. Second serve. Serve in the form of Anisimova. And Anisimova hits that out. And it's 2-1 Pegula. 3 errors to start this tiebreak. Ugly start. 2-1. Well, I picked Anisimova in 3, so I'm gonna stick with Anisimova. That's my pick. I'm gonna stick with Anisimova. Serve is an ace. 2-0. All right, 2-2. Great serve from Anisimova. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Into the form of Pegula up the line, the back of Anisimova. Cross court, the slice of Pegula. And Pegula hits it long. 3-2 Anisimova on serve in this tiebreak. 3-2. 3-2. No, 3-2 Anisimova. Pegula serves again. Thank you for all the gifts. As the return goes in the forehand of Pegula. Backhand from Anisimova. Cross court. Pegula gets on the stretch. As Anisimova back to the backhand of Pegula. Sliced up the line. Pegula. Anisimova hits a tape on the forehand as Pegula gets it back with a backhand. Another forehand on Anisimova. As they go backhand to backhand. As Pegula redirects it down the line. Anisimova gets it back. Forehand out from Pegula, and Anisimova goes with the backhand to the backhand of Pegula. As Pegula mixes up again to the forehand of Anisimova. Now Pegula doing a bit of running. Backhand goes deep into the backhand of Anisimova as we get a forehand from Pegula. Slice Anisimova in the net. Pegula levels. 3-3. They change ends. And a little shake of the fist from Pegula. Nice rally. All right, 3-3. Please don't put scores in the chat. Appreciate it. All right, 3-3. Tough rally. All right, umpire's taking a drink. Umpire's having a sip of water. It's like, oh, it's been a match. Umpire needs a drink. All right, 3-3. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got the men's match coming up straight after this. Then, ladies' matches later, or the ladies' match tonight, to see who plays the winner of this match. That is what is next. And then we're going to watch Feast versus Taranti at the end of the day. Backhand Pegula. Anisimova pass. Pegula volleys. Anisimova's got it. And hits a winner. Pegula didn't do enough for the volley. And it's break. Mini break for Anisimova. 4-3. 4-3 Anisimova with a mini break. Remember, it's only first to 7 in outside of Grand Slam play. All right. Beautiful passing shot. Pegula just hit that volley too central. Anisimova has the mini break. 4-3. Serve. Into the back of Pegula. Return goes to the front of Anisimova. But Anisimova goes long. All right, 4-all. Anisimova overhits it. 4-all. 4-all. Serve again. Into the forehand of Pegula. Anisimova backhand. Into the back of Pegula. To the forehand of Anisimova. Crossed into the forehand of Pegula. Anisimova up the line. Goes long again. 2 forehand errors. And Pegula's got the mini break. She got to serve for it. Almost in the exact same spot. This far out. 2 forehands. 2 points lost. Brutal for Anisimova. And she knows it. Look at that. Look at her face. She is not happy. All right. Pegula's got her on a racket now. 5-4. Now, she did serve for the match, so let's see what happens. Serve. Into the forehand. Anisimova goes wide. It's match points, Pegula. 2 match points to take the spot in the semis and to keep her perfect record against Anisimova. I'll tell you, though, Anisimova had her moments today. Serve. Here's a fault. Pardon me. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Return in the net. And Pegula fights through injury and fights through Anisimova again. And she's into the semis. And Anisimova does not know how to beat Pegula. And they hug it out of the net. They're friends. They're friendly. Man, Anisimova, she was up 4-3. She had the serves. And she hit 2 forehand errors, and that gave away that lead. And then Pegula clutches it out in the end. GG's. Too good. I mean, look. We'll find out whether or not Pegula's going to play the semi, though, because that hip injury is definitely something she needs to consider, because we have got a big tournament coming up, and, you know, whether or not it's worth, you know, keep playing this tournament. But then again, maybe it is. I don't know. She might wake up tomorrow and be fine, but we'll wait and see, because that hip issue is not something that you want to mess with. But too good. Too good. I tell you though, look, positive for Anisimova is that she got closer that time. That was the closest she's ever come to beating Pegula. So at least progress against Pegula, right? She got closer. Also, she had a phenomenal week. She, you know, had that pressure match against Eala. She had that amazing win yesterday against Noskova. So Anisimova is definitely, you know, someone to worry about at the US Open. She could be a dark horse, right? The winner of this now, the winner of Pegula will take on the winner of Raducanu and Swiatek, which are crazy matches, both crazy matches. Super close, yep. Just those forehands in that tiebreak when she got up 4-3 with the mini break. That was the difference. Just those 2 forehand errors. She hits one of those in. She has, you know, she possibly gets a match point, you know. Now, Paul Caboli hasn't started because this match just ended. They're on the same court. Anisimova and Sabalenka have a lot of ranking points to defend. That's true, too. We've got Raducanu and Swiatek coming up tonight. It's going to be so fun. I'm so keen for that one. I love that match. I love that rivalry. Might be my favorite on the WTA. Dirty medical timeout for Pegula. Okay, whatever. Bro, you don't play tennis. You don't understand. No energy drink. Okay, relax, buddy. Stop using the... God, the amount of people that talk about energy drinks today is so annoying. So annoying. It was funny the first 10 times. By the 100th time, it was like, oh, Red Bull, shut up. They're not even sponsor the channel. Stop giving them free advertising. I'll tell you, Caboli Paul's going to be a lot of fun the next match as well. Caboli is getting underestimated here, in my opinion. Not now. I reckon now he's only one of 2 top 10 guys left. So I reckon he's definitely not underestimated now that all those other guys have lost. You know, Zverev and FAA and all those other guys losing. I think even Demon, right? I think Caboli's been, he's kind of put himself into the spotlight now. We'll see if he can handle it. Next match is about 3 hours. The next ladies match is in like 6. It's in like 3.5 hours. The men's match starts now. You need to sleep for real? I literally slept for 8 hours before I woke up and watched this. What are you talking about? Thank you for your concern. I'm fine. Wasn't funny the first time either. Well, yeah. Caboli or FAA, who do I bet on? I don't know. You just go with your heart. And blame somebody else. All right? Don't blame me. I don't want to hear it. Swiatek will beat Pegula in the semis. I don't know if Pegula's going to make the semis, to be honest. We saw how many players have pulled out. Fonseca, Bencic, Svitolina, right? I don't think if Pegula, it all depends on how she recovers from this match. But I don't think Pegula is going to play the semi if that hip is sore, she's not going to play. Like, there's no point in playing, right? So I guess we'll find out tomorrow if she feels okay, then maybe she will play the semis. But I don't know. I think it's a 50-50. I don't know. I don't know if she'll make it to the semis. When the US Open is so important. Plus, I think she's playing mixed doubles next week too, so she's also got to think about that as well. That she's playing the mixed doubles next week. So, it's starting to sound like you don't want her to play. Well, I don't want her to... I want her to be healthy for the US Open. But I say this about all players when they've got an injury, right? I want all players to be healthy going to the US Open so we have the best US Open we can. Svitolina was the same. Bencic was the same, right? Any player who comes in injured this week, I want them to be healthy as possible for next week, because this week doesn't matter. Next week is the important one. The US Open's more important. So I'm copy and paste my answer for everybody. If you got any injury, do not play. Like, don't risk it. It's not worth it. But we'll see how she feels. Maybe, again, like I said, it could also have been just like some discomfort that she felt, and she thought, oh, I'm not going to risk, like, I better get it checked just in case. And maybe she got it checked and everything was fine. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll hear in a press conference, and we'll track what's going on, because she's pretty honest, Pegula, as well. So I'm sure she'll be like, yeah, I felt some pain, but it wasn't that bad. As I played on, it wasn't that bad. It was more scare. Or she'll be like, yeah, I hurt my hip, and I'll try and recover for the next match, right? I mean, that's probably the answers. But we'll hear what she has to say, because, it's clearly a big deal. She's the third best player on the planet. I mean, the number 3 in the world is injured. That's a huge deal. If she's injured. Like, if it really is that bad, There's still a week between, yeah. But I think she has mixed doubles, so that's, So does she have to play that? Or does she not play that? Anyways, just keep an eye out, Just keep an eye on her over the next 2 days. US Open is more important than Cincy? Yes, it is. Stan will get the wild card? I think so, yeah. Amanda's in form. I think that Eala will really give her more confidence. Yeah, I mean, Eala doesn't need confidence from Anisimova, but yeah. Sure. All right. Now, we have the men's match. The men's quarterfinal number 1 between Cobolli and Paul, which I'm excited for this one. I think this could be really exciting. Crowd's going to love this. Cobolli is so much fun to watch, and Paul is just... He is so underrated as well. Him and Pegula and Paul are the two of the most underrated players in the world. So jump on over there, talk amongst yourselves. We'll be back in about 5 minutes to continue the day of quarterfinals, watching every single match from the quarterfinals onwards. So make sure you join. But nice fight back from Pegula. She gets it done after a bit of an injury scare in the second set. We'll track her movements over the next couple of days and see what's up. But she wins 6-4, 2-6, 7-6, and she takes out Anisimova for the 6th time in a row. Men's match is next.